Okay, welcome back to my channel, to my page. If you're new here, my name's Lindsay. I am the creator, the person behind mycreativedays.com, and on all the social media, on YouTube, all the things. And today I wanted to share just an easy project that I'm doing for our home that you may have these things lying around and just to see them in a different way, or you may not like them where they are. So I'm going to make these into something else for Christmas decorations that I would just keep in the Christmas boxes and totes from here on out. You could definitely take these apart and use them, you know what I mean, again, and how they were meant to be used after the holidays, but I'll kind of explain. So if you guys saw my haul, this was months ago, maybe it was this summer. I found a bag of these wood decorative balls at a thrift store. Whoa. Really pretty. I've actually had them in a basket down in our family room, but they're big. And we don't have a lot of big spaces for me to decorate, if that makes sense. They take up a lot of space where they were. And so very pretty. You could put them in a glass jar, all the things, but I thought they'd be really pretty as ornaments. So they're a round ornament. They all have different shapes. They're not florally, or anything like that. So they definitely work as ornaments, right? So you may have something similar at your house. You can definitely find these at retail stores, and you can look for these online, like Google it, or you can buy them in stores. It might be a little bit harder to find them in your thrift stores, but they definitely are there. Here is proof. But all I did was, so inside I figured out where I wanted the top, and most of these were pretty, like they were the same either way. This was the only one. No, I think it was this one. I wanted this part to be on the top instead of this part. So this was the only one I had to kind of figure out what was the top and what was the bottom. So all I did was, you can't even tell that there's a hole drilled in here. A tiny, tiny hole, because you're going to use these little, there's a name for these, and I always call them eye hooks, but they're not really hooks. They're like a full circle around. You're going to use these inside here. And these were silver. I did rub and buff mine a little bit. So they're more like a gold. You're not going to see them much, but you could definitely leave them silver. Now they're ornaments, right? Now they are ornaments. Let me do one more. Again, just drilled a little hole to start. You kind of want the hole smaller than what your screw is going to be, so that the screw will actually grab onto the wood. Words are hard this morning. And so I am just screwing this in. Now, when if you decide you want these then around your home after the holidays, these just unscrew. I can unscrew this easily and take it out. But, so you definitely could do that as well. You can use any kind of ribbon, right? Obviously, I love velvet ribbon. I do not think I'm going to have enough, but this is I wanted to show you, this is kind of the vibe I'm looking for. So I want different lengths, and then I'm going to, sorry, that was kind of loud, hang these kind of as a cluster somewhere. I don't know where yet, but, you could definitely hang these in a tree. They're heavy. They're solid wood. So you just want to take that into account. But I have this, look how pretty this is. This velvet ribbon. I haven't thought past this. That I am just going to cut at different lengths. I have some green ribbon here too, as well. So I'm just going to kind of, I actually thought too, what you could do if you wanted to do this. So another thing, I have a whole box of them right over here next to me. Bells. It's something that I pick up all the time as well. I have all kinds of bells over here. I find them in bags at the thrift store. I find them tied to things at the thrift store. They're sometimes like wrapped into a wreath, or of course, when I start this, the next door neighbor has their yard person there doing all the lawn. So sorry if you can hear that mower and everything, but you find these everywhere. So look in garlands, on wreaths, on in bags of stuff at the thrift store. But I have found so many amazing bells that somebody had already tied onto something that I just buy the wreath or the garland or whatever it is just to get the bells off of it. So I love these too. These were a whole bag of these, these are like real sleigh bells I found at a thrift store. But I thought it would be cute. You could like tie some bells to these as well, depending on how big your ribbon is, and what kind of bells you have. You could also add bells to this. So, so anyway, I kind of just like, maybe I will, I'm just thinking maybe I will hot glue the tops and then they'll lay better. We'll see. So I'm just going to kind of put these at different lengths. I have 5 of the wood balls here. I'll do this one a little bit shorter. It's always, if you've heard of, a little bit shorter than that. Odd numbers, I don't know what it is, but it's so true. Try it in your home. Odd numbers of things when you're decorating, they just look better. I promise. So it was a bag of 5 of these. They look like a Kirkland's thing, or a, I'm sure like Home Goods, or TJ Maxx has them as well. And there's the mower. And they're literally like almost right outside my window. So I just want to make sure that these are kind of at different heights so that here you can kind of get the, so see, and then I will hang them all together. Oh, whoa, you couldn't see that. Hang them all together like that. I might hot glue the ribbon closed at the top, and then see, I will put all of them together, and then I should probably figure out too where I'm gonna hang them. That'll help decide how they go or how they look. So another thing so I am constantly using things that are out all year round for the holidays. You don't have to buy all new things and decorate what you already have in your home right now. So the baskets you have, if you have, I'm looking up here, I have those, like the ornaments I shared with you guys, the velvet ornaments and the jadeite ornaments. Sorry, I just got a message from one of the kids, I just noticed. I put them a little bit of greenery inside a white ironstone bowl. That's all you need to do. Greenery, invest in some greenery that you can kind of put, like little pieces of greenery. Go to the thrift store, find an amazing garland or a wreath that you like the greenery in, that you can take apart and actually put just looking at the yard guys out here, that you can actually put inside things that you already have on hand. And I just think that it's not like, everything is brand new. Can you guys hear that blower and mower? It sounds so loud to me. I don't even know if you can hear me. But anyway. But yeah, so I think what I'm going to do is I will get these all together. And what I will do once I get them together and hung up, I'll share a photo here when I get them all done. But Use what you already have. Do not think that you have to buy all new things. And that's why when I'm shopping like at thrift stores and things, I'm always looking at, or if I'm shopping clearance at a store, I'm always looking at things that, that blower, I don't know why that happens all the time to me. I'm looking for things that are kind of, you know, that are like you can use all year round, right? So like this basket, hang this in an entry. And then in the winter and the Christmas, obviously you can have greenery coming out with twinkle lights inside. You can hang some balls or some ornaments inside. And then in the springtime, you can just fill it with flowers. Like it just makes for easy decorating where you're not having to buy new stuff all the time. So this was just a super easy project. Just to kind of show you what I'm working on today. I wanted to get this done because I do want to hang these up. I would say I am 70% decorated for Christmas. I know some people get angry about that, but it is what it is. That's the way that I do it and I need to do it. So there's like a few projects that I want to get done before I'm like officially done. I'm just going to try and hold these all up together so you can kind of see them. Look for velvet ribbon in your thrift stores. It's not cheap. Unless you guys have, let me know if there's a place that you know that has really inexpensive velvet ribbon. I did just find some. I think I shared it in my last haul. That might be on YouTube. But I did just find some really pretty brown colors. It's lighter than this and then super and then darker than this. But then you can see, so then I will put them together like this and then they're pretty heavy. And then I would add a bow here on top once I get them hung and I know where I'm gonna put them. But just something different. And like I said, if you wanted to, I might play with this a little bit. That bell's too big. But like you could definitely add some bells. This one's too big too. But like, I just love old brass bells, the velvet, the wood. Like it just all plays good together. I'm trying to find some other ones. These are too decorative. There's so many in here. But yeah, so you could definitely add bells, add a bow here up on top. And you've got kind of like a cluster of wood ornaments that you can hang. If you have a stairwell, like a entry stair, this would be really pretty. Going up the stairs, we do not have like that, but that would be really pretty in an entry, just somewhere. But see, I like these a lot better. They just take up too much space where I had them in the basket on our table. And so these, I will just probably keep them as ornaments or as Christmas decorations. Yeah, you could definitely get a thinner ribbon if you wanted to, and then hang the bells at different, yeah, totally. Where do you put it? So like I just said, if you have like a, it's just a hanging decoration, right? So anywhere you would add greenery, a hanging greenery, you know, off a mantle or at the end of some garland or going up your stairs on the, what's that called? You know, you know what I'm talking about, like the railing, the beginning of the railing part, put it there. You can put it anywhere. Hang them outside. Do you have a covered porch? Hang it outside. Okay, I'm just seeing if there's any other questions. But definitely use on a door. Yes, hang them on a wreath. In the middle of a wreath, right? And you can obviously change these lengths and just move these up and down. In the middle of a wreath would be really pretty. On a door, screw eyes. Is that what you call those? What did I call them? Eye hooks or whatever? You remember what I found? Yeah, these. Okay, let me just get rid of this guy. Quick. Okay. The banister. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Yes. That's where you can hang them. Definitely. So lots of different ideas. Okay. I'm going to go mess with these a little bit a little bit more and figure out where I'm gonna put them, but these will be staying in the Christmas decorations because I didn't like them, how much room they were taking up on the coffee table. So have a good day, and I will talk to you guys soon.